What's up, everybody? Let's talk Jets radio. Hopefully, you guys are all doing well, enjoying your happy Monday. I know it's difficult with some injury news, which I'll touch on, and we'll also get into the quarterback play, which was not ideal. But at the end of the day, the New York Jets are 5-2. It's hard to look at anything else right now, at least for the next few hours, because very few people expected the Jets to be here right now. Looking at the schedule, when it first came out on paper, it looked pretty difficult. And you kind of felt like if the difficult games were more in the second half, maybe it would have benefited the Jets a little more. But they've come out, they've shown they can compete, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Offensive side, I'll save that for the end. But starting with the positives, again, the New York Jets are 5-2. A lot of that is because of the defense. A lot of that is because they're playing well in the second half, and they're establishing an identity. I was kind of joking about it during the stream about, like this is our moment, this is our crunch time, fourth quarter, but it's becoming true. Like this is where the team really starts to show up. They really do wear teams down. They make them uncomfortable, and in the fourth quarter, they start to take over games. So it's starting to become a trend. The first time, maybe second time, you could say, all right, maybe that was all luck, but they're starting to do it pretty consistently now, where the defense is just shutting you down. They're getting more pressure as the game goes on, and I'll start with the two MVPs for me. It's DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner, who both played absolutely out of their mind. The way that they have both changed the dynamic of this defense is so special to watch. I think we all thought last year that Carl Lawson was probably the missing piece on defense. And really, what it's been is having a pair of shutdown corners, because we're still really not getting a whole lot of pressure. I think we had one sack on the day. Lawson and Huff split one. Other than that, didn't really see a whole lot of Lawson. Quentin Williams had a pretty solid game. I think he had a few pressures in there, but didn't get any sacks. But the one constant, the one thing that has been consistent all year has been the play of the secondary. And that didn't include Lamarcus Joyner in the first couple games. Most of us were ready to cut him. He's been phenomenal the last few weeks. Even DJ Whitehead, he looks healthy. He's hitting guys, making tackles. But Sauce Gardner, 10 tackles, 9 of them solo, 3 pass deflections, including the big one at the end. And then DJ Reed, same thing, another big pass breakup at the end, 8 tackles, 7 of them solo. The way that the two of them are playing, the leadership that they're bringing, it is so fun to watch and so special. And I really think it's going to do wonders for this defense going forward. It's going to allow guys like Lawson and Q and even Jermaine Johnson, once he comes back, to really get going and get after the quarterback. So I'm incredibly excited for that. Going to the offensive side of the ball, though, a lot of concerns. You can call out the injuries, you can look at the play calling and whatnot, but Zach Wilson has to be better. It starts with him. He's the quarterback. It's year 2. He's had a few games now to get back from the injury. He looked better in the first 2 games, to be honest. He looked more comfortable, more decisive with the football, but the last 2 games, just happy feet, not accurate, terrible decision making, holding on to the football too long at times, not knowing when to get rid of it, taking unnecessary hits. A lot of things that really give you a lot of concern, and even a few times where he had a clean pocket. Again, he would get those happy feet, start running around, running into defenders. A few times he had open guys like Uzama, didn't even come close on some throws. A few balls that just came out of his hand looking completely weird. So, for a guy that's struggling to complete 50% of his passes, you look at LaFleur, who, we've had a lot of questions about his play calling, but what's the answer exactly? If your quarterback is struggling with those easy throws, he's struggling with the screen passes and the quick slants over the middle and being precise and accurate. I mean, how many times we saw he almost got Mims killed going over the middle because he had to reach back on that one catch. Even Garrett Wilson, he was frustrated on one. He had to reach back behind him. He has not been accurate with the football. So for me, it's slightly concerning. I'm not going to lie. I was all in on Wilson 2 weeks ago. I thought he played such a good game, such a smart game against the Dolphins. And I know he hasn't turned it over. And I know the Jets at the end of the day are still 4-0 with him at quarterback, but they're winning in spite of him right now. He's not doing anything well. He's not doing anything to help the team. So if I sound negative, I apologize, but I'm just going by what my eyes see. And this isn't to say also that this is the final product. This is not, who Zach Wilson's going to be 2-3 years from now. I still think he could have a long career, but right now he just looks completely lost. So something has to change. I don't know if it's the play calling or what, but what do you do now with AVT leaving the game with an elbow? Davis left the game with a knee. Both are going to get evaluated tomorrow. And the huge blow, Breece Hall probably out for the year with an ACL. Like, you need your quarterback to step up now. You're still without Fant. I think he's eligible to come back this week. But what's the situation with Elijah Moore? Is he even going to come back? Is he welcome back? Does he want back? Are they going to trade him? Like, are there even any offers for him right now? Like, the situation on offense right now is not good. You got a Bowie at tackle. Nate Herbig, he's been okay. but just an ugly game, a sloppy game, tons of penalties. Offense really just couldn't get in sync or get any rhythm going. So the quarterback has got to be better. Obviously we're going to give Zach plenty of time, and it's nice that he gets to work through this at 5-2. But to say that there's not concerns right now would be crazy. But again, I'm not going to complain today. At least the Jets are 5-2. That feels good to say. Have a good night. Talk to you guys later.